Good morning, everyone. I'm Lisa Bender. I'm the president of the Minneapolis City Council. I will call to order this regular meeting of the City Council for July 12th and ask the clerk to please call the roll.
Councilmember Cunningham.
Present.
Ellison.
Present.
Goodman.
Present.
Johnson.
Here.
Palmisano.
Present.
Gordon.
Here.
Kano is absent. Reich.
Here.
Fletcher.
Here.
Jenkins.
Here.
Schrader.
Here.
Warsami is absent. President Bender.
Here.
There are 11 members present.
Let the record reflect that we have a quorum. The agenda for today's meeting is before us. Are there any amendments to the agenda from council members? Seeing none, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. That carries, and the agenda is is adopted. Good morning. Next, we have the minutes from our June 21st meeting for acceptance. May I have a motion for that?
So moved.
All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. That carries, and those minutes are accepted. And finally, we have the referrals of petitions, communications, and reports to proper committees. May I have a motion for that?
So moved.
All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, no. That carries, and those referrals are made. The next order of business is reports from our standing committees, and we'll begin with a report from the Committee of the Whole presented by the Council Vice President.
Thank you, Madam Chair. The Committee of the Whole brings forward one item today, which is the approval of the council appointments of Elizabeth Adams and Ade Salami to the Racial Equity Community Advisory Committee, or RECAC, and I move approval of this item.
Council Vice President has moved the committee report. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Cunningham.
Aye.
Ellison.
Aye.
Goodman.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Palmisano.
Aye.
Gordon.
Aye.
Reich.
Aye.
Fletcher.
Aye.
Jenkins.
Aye.
Schrader.
Aye.
President Bender.
Aye.
There are 11 ayes.
That carries, and that report is adopted. Next, we have the report from the Economic Development and Regulatory Services Committee presented by the Chair, Councilmember Goodman.
Thank you, Madam President. The Economic Development and Regulatory Services Committee is bringing 11 items forward for approval this morning. They're the regular variety of liquor licenses, approvals and renewals, as well as gambling licenses, approvals and renewals, and a number of contracts. The most major item on our agenda this morning is the appointment of Kim Keller as Director of Regulatory Services, which was discussed and passed unanimously in committee last week. So with that, I move all 11 items for approval this morning.
Chair Goodman has moved the committee report. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, I will put myself in queue to just comment briefly on item 1. And I just want to thank Director Keller for her work as interim director. We have heard so much positive feedback about your leadership so far from staff as well as external partners. And I'm really excited about the work that you are going to bring to this department, which is going through a lot of change. We passed our Renter First policy, which is one of the ways that we are guiding this work moving forward. Almost all of the council members on this body are working in some way or another on issues of change within this department. And I want to reiterate to you and to the department my commitment to making sure that we're resourcing this department well and giving you what you need to be successful. So thank you so much, and excited again. Anything else on EDRS? Seeing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Cunningham.
Aye.
Ellison.
Aye.
Goodman.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Palmisano.
Aye.
Gordon.
Aye.
Reich.
Aye.
Fletcher.
Aye.
Jenkins.
Aye.
Schrader.
Aye.
President Bender.
Aye.
There are 11 ayes.
That carries, and that report is adopted. Next, we have a report from the Housing Policy and Development Committee presented by the Chair, Councilmember Gordon.
Thank you very much, President Bender. The Housing Policy and Development Committee is bringing forward 4 items for consideration today. The first item is passage of a resolution approving the 14th and Central Tax Increment Financing Plan. Second item is approving some additional funding from the Affordable Housing Trust Fund contingency pool of $375,000 for the Maya Commons project. The third item is a resolution acknowledging support for various projects to be submitted to the Hennepin County Transit-Oriented Development Program. And the fourth and final item is confirming the mayoral appointment of Andrea Brennan to serve on the Minneapolis Public Housing Authority. She will be filling out the term of Chuck Lutz, who is retiring. I'll move the full report.
Perfect. Chair Gordon has moved the committee report. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Cunningham.
Aye.
Ellison.
Aye.
Goodman.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Palmisano.
Aye.
Gordon.
Aye.
Reich.
Aye.
Fletcher.
Aye.
Jenkins.
Aye.
Schrader.
Aye.
President Bender.
Aye.
There are 11 ayes.
That carries, and that report is adopted. Next, we'll have the report from the Public Health, Environment, Civil Rights, and Engagement Committee, presented by the Chair, Councilmember Cunningham.
Thank you, Madam President. The Public Health, Environment, Civil Rights, and Engagement Committee brings forward 3 items for approval today. The first is authorizing a site agreement with AmeriCorps to host 2 Minnesota Opioid Response Corps members. Item number 2 is accepting a grant from the Minnesota Department of Agriculture for needs-based technical assistance to retail food establishments. And item number 3 is accepting a grant from the National Association of County and City Health Officials in the amount of $200,000 for opioid response programming and technical assistance. And I move approval of all 3 items.
Chair Cunningham has moved the committee report. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Cunningham.
Aye.
Ellison.
Aye.
Goodman.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Palmisano.
Aye.
Gordon.
Aye.
Reich.
Aye.
Fletcher.
Aye.
Jenkins.
Aye.
Schrader.
Aye.
President Bender.
Aye.
There are 11 ayes.
That carries, and the report is adopted. Next is the Public Safety and Emergency Management Committee, and that will be given by the Vice Chair, Councilmember Fletcher.
Thank you, President Bender. The Public Safety and Emergency Management Committee brings forward 2 items for consideration today. First is a revenue agreement with SMG to provide MPD vehicles for MPD officers during large-scale events. And the second is a revenue agreement with the Minnesota Timberwolves for MPD to provide bomb detection at Target Center. I move both for approval.
Councilmember Fletcher has moved the committee report. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Cunningham.
Aye.
Ellison.
Aye.
Goodman.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Palmisano.
Aye.
Gordon.
Aye.
Reich.
Aye.
Fletcher.
Aye.
Jenkins.
Aye.
Schrader.
Aye.
President Bender.
Aye.
There are 11 ayes.
That carries, and the report is adopted. Next is the Transportation and Public Works Committee report presented by the Chair, Councilmember Reich.
Thank you, Madam President. The committee forwarded 7 items today. Item 1 is the X Games 2019 large block event from August 1st to 4th. Item 2 is the contract with Towerside Innovation District to implement the 2016 Hennepin County Transit Development Grant for the 4th Street Reconstruction Project. Item 3 is the agreement with Rogers Communication for utility-related work on the 11th Avenue South Bridge. Item 4 is an agreement with Irving Enterprises for the utility work for that same project. 5 is the agreement with MCI Communication Services, again for the 11th Avenue South Bridge. Item 6 is the agreement with Excel Energy for utility-related work for the same project. And the final item is the bid for liquid chlorine, and that'll be accepting that low bid for those products for the department. I move all items as submitted, Madam President.
Chair Reich has moved the committee report. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Cunningham.
Aye.
Ellison.
Aye.
Goodman.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Palmisano.
Aye.
Gordon.
Aye.
Reich.
Aye.
Fletcher.
Aye.
Jenkins.
Aye.
Schrader.
Aye.
President Bender.
Aye.
There are 11 ayes.
That carries, and that report is adopted. Next is the report from the Ways and Means Committee, presented by the Vice Chair, Councilmember Fletcher.
Thank you, President Bender. The Ways and Means Committee brings forward 16 items for approval today. Item number 1 is a legal settlement property damage claim of Reggie Wright Howard. Item number 2 is a legal settlement Taquana Renee Bezua versus City of Minneapolis. Item number 3 is a legal settlement Stephen Meldal versus City of Minneapolis. Item number 4 is customization of contract form with Baker Tilly for information technology and cybersecurity services. Item number 5 is a contract amendment with Shaw Lundquist Associates for the Convention Center restrooms remodeling project. Item number 6 is accepting the low bid for Convention Center 3rd Avenue ramp repairs. Item number 7 is accepting the low bid for Public Service Building Project Terrazzo work. Item number 8 is a contract amendment for structural steel for the Public Service Building Project. Item number 9 is a contract amendment for concrete for the Public Service Building Project. Item number 10 is a contract amendment for mechanical work for the Public Service Building Project. Item number 11 is a contract amendment for architect and engineer of record design services for the Public Service Building Project. Item number 12 is a contract amendment for structural steel for the Public Service Building Project. Item number 13 is a contract amendment for audiovisual consulting services for the Public Service Building Project. Item number 14 is a contract amendment for additional consulting services for the Public Service Building Project. Item 15 is a contract amendment for electrical work for the Public Service Building Project. And item number 16 is authorizing a best value procurement RFP for impound facility improvements project. I'll move all for approval.
Councilmember Fletcher has moved the committee report. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Cunningham.
Aye.
Ellison.
Aye.
Goodman.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Palmisano.
Aye.
Gordon.
Aye.
Wright.
Aye.
Fletcher.
Aye.
Jenkins.
Aye.
Schrader.
Aye.
President Bender.
Aye.
There are 11 ayes.
That carries, and that report is adopted. Finally, we have the report from the Zoning and Planning Committee presented by the Chair, Councilmember Schrader.
Thank you, Madam President. The Zoning and Planning Committee just has one item for approval today. It's the denial of an application at 3443 Lindale Avenue South. Along with that, we've also included some findings of fact to support the denial. I'll move the one item for approval.
Councilmember Schrader has moved the committee report. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Councilmember Cunningham.
Aye.
Ellison.
Aye.
Goodman.
Aye.
Johnson.
Aye.
Palmisano.
Aye.
Gordon.
Aye.
Reich.
Aye.
Fletcher.
Aye.
Jenkins.
Aye.
Schrader.
Aye.
Warsami is absent. President Bender.
Aye.
There are 11 ayes.
That item carries and report is adopted. That concludes the committee reports. The next order of business is the notice of ordinance introductions. We have a notice from Councilmember Ellison for the introduction at the next regular meeting, the subject matter of an ordinance to undertake a revision of the city's building code, which encompasses several chapters all listed on the agenda. This revision will repeal some sections, rename, add to, and replicate a number of existing regulations, and also reorganize and streamline the entire building code, as well as incorporate gender-neutral language throughout. Are there any questions or comments from council members? Seeing none, that notice is given and no further action is required. Next, we have the introduction and referral calendar. Pursuant to previous notice, Councilmember Johnson moves to introduce, give first reading to, and refer to the Public Health and Environment and Civil Rights and Engagement Committee and to the Economic Development and Regulatory Services Committees the subject matter of an ordinance amending the licensing and business regulations codes to prohibit any use of perk in a dry cleaning facility. Any discussion on that item? Seeing none, all in approval, please say aye. Aye. Those opposed say no. That carries, and that subject matter will be referred to the two committees in the next cycle. Now we have the order of announcements. Are there any announcements from council members? I don't see any. That means we have concluded the items on our agenda. We do have a closed session listed on the agenda, which is the litigation matter of Jeremiah Jermaine Thomas versus the City of Minneapolis. So it will be a motion to adjourn to that closed session.
So moved.
All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed, say no. That carries, and we are adjourned. Have a great weekend.